Hey there, beautiful souls. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back and thank you for your support. If you are new here, this is Universal Wisdom Tarot. Hello and a big welcome. Well, the year is speeding by, and so I thought it would be a great time to take a look at the last quarter of 2025. So this is a general intuitive reading to see what's coming your way for October, November, and December. But before we get into it, I am just going to ask you to take a quick second and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. While you're at it, click the like button. Both are free for you, and it's a great way to show your support of the channel. It also lets you know when I drop my next video, and it lets me and YouTube know you're interested in more videos like these. Now, for the most part, astrologically speaking, the last 3 months will be shaped by a couple of significant astrological events. For starters, due to their retrograde motion, a total of 3 planets, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, will be in the process of returning to the signs they occupied at the beginning of the year. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces will last through October and November, and this will prompt a reevaluation of relationships and highlight areas that need attention and improvement. The Uranus retrograde in Taurus will focus on community and humanitarian efforts, potentially leading to a greater awareness of social issues and a desire to contribute to positive change. While the Neptune retrograde, which lasts almost to mid-December, encourages introspection and a review of personal dreams and goals, prompting alignment with one's true vision. Of course, we will have one more Mercury retrograde to contend with in the month of November. With this one, emotions will run deep and tempers will be high, causing us to express ourselves passionately. The winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere ushers in Capricorn season on December 21st. But the big news is the Grand Trine. This harmonious configuration involves Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune all in water signs. With Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, this alignment will create a harmonious trine offering a welcome respite from the fiery energies experienced thus far. Jupiter's optimistic expansion will be joined with Neptune's magic, anchored by Saturn's stability and common sense, allowing dreams to potentially manifest into reality. The Grand Water Trine will offer a sense of hope, optimism, and the potential for abundance. All right, my friends, coming up next, your tarot guidance. So I'll see you on the flip side. All right, my lovely Gemini friends, this is your quick look ahead for the last 3 months of 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that. The year has flown by, and so we're going to take a very quick look at what October, what November, and what December looks like for you. Going to do things slightly differently than I normally do. I have 3 tarot decks here. I will use 1 deck for each month, and I've pre-shuffled all the cards, so I'm just going to pull everything and we'll dive into the details of your messages right after. Okay, so let's see what you got. All right, Gemini, let's look at the upper left-hand quadrant here, corner here. This is your month of October. This over here is on this right side is your month of November, and these 3 cards down here in the month of December. When I pulled the 3 cards for the month of October, you actually had 4 cards come out, so I gave you all 4 cards. The 3 of Wands actually came out with this Hierophant card, and then you got the Transformation card and the Emperor card. The Transformation card in this deck is, it's called Transformation, but in other decks it's known as the Death card. So, first and foremost, we're going to take a look at the 3 of Wands. Let's start with this 3 of Wands. We have this character here sitting on this rock, looking out to, the universe at large there. Although there is a focused bubble, all to say that you are looking toward the future, you're looking toward the horizon, you're looking toward what's next for you in the month of October. You're considering it. You are, of course, not just considering it and saying, okay, what the heck is out there for the whole universe, because that's too large. So it is within, the moon there if it's a moon, or within that circle, that sphere that's right in front of your face, you're looking towards something relatively specific in terms of, you have the scope and size of it, if you will. When you're looking at your horizon, you're not just looking out to, the whole world out there, or the whole universe, I want to say. So you are looking to the horizon, you're looking to expand, and October is a month of expansion and growth for you, right? That is what 3 of Wands is. It's a card of saying, all right, I'm here now. I've taken care of what I've taken care of. What's next, right? You're waiting for that ship that perhaps you've put out there to come back to you, right? You've stocked the ship and sent it out, and now you're either waiting for what comes in return, or you are also looking to what will come back to you, right? So it's all to say, what's next? There's still more ahead for you, right? It's not like you're contented to be where you are forever. You're looking for something more, and you're seeking that. What is it? It's trying to put a focus on the future, right? And sometimes the 3 of Wands is a little bit of asking for assistance. So is the Hierophant card, right? It's seeking guidance. It's seeking mentors. It's talking to the people that you respect and their opinions that you respect, saying, all right, how should I deal with this? Whatever is the next stage in your life in October, whatever it is you're looking to achieve, whatever it is you're looking to do, you're looking toward it and saying, all right, what's next? And I think I should be doing this, but you want to validate that. You want to bounce those ideas off of somebody. This is what the Hierophant card is all about, is talking to somebody that you trust, somebody you respect, and saying, what do you think? What are your thoughts here, right? They're still obviously, leaning on somebody else, or looking to somebody else, not necessarily leaning on them, but looking to them to say, does this sound right? Right? Sometimes we need a sounding board. So the Hierophant for you, whoever that person is, whether that's, your faith, whether that's your what you believe in, the universe, God, what have you, an actual person that represents, somebody like that for you, somebody who is your Obi-Wan Kenobi, somebody who is your mentor and your guide in all of these wonderful stories that we watch on television. There's always that guide person, right? That is what you're looking for in the month of October, is to seek guidance from this mentor. So if it's, what, career should I do next? What project should I do? How should I, should I take this job? Whatever it might be, right? Should I paint the house? Should I paint it blue? Should I paint it white? It doesn't matter what it is. You're seeking some guidance there. right? And it's going to potentially lead to something, and something good. So it could be leading to career growth. It could be leading to just having a nicer house, changing something, right? I feel like this is that's what's going on for you in the month of October. You also, though, have this transformation card. I love that in this deck, death is called transformation, because that is what it is. It is a transformation. It is a change. I feel like October is a time for critically assessing some kind of whatever is going on in your life. And for some of you, it's going to be professionally. For some of you, it's going to be maybe now deciding to stop working, right? And maybe retiring, right? So it's a time to assess this and say, is this the right time for me to change? What is that change that's going on in your life? Well, of course, only you will know what that change is and whether or not it is a good time to do it. But I think you are definitely assessing it right now in the month of October. You are considering it in the month of October. I think for some of you, there is going to be a shift here. I feel for some of you, a career shift is possible here. But I also feel like for some of you, going back to this Hierophant card, that some of you will actually be making a shift toward some kind of mentorship role, okay? I feel like for some of you, it's time for you to be passing on your knowledge to somebody else. I feel like for some of you, it's time for you to be sharing that knowledge, even if it's the knowledge of, I know how to make this, and I want to be able to pass this knowledge on to my family to let them know how to make this recipe or something like that. Okay, so for some of you, it's a simple mentorship, but for others of you, it is mentorship in terms of what you're actually going to be doing for a living, right? Instead of actually doing the work, maybe now you'll get into a more senior position and you will be mentoring others beneath you to do this type of work. I feel that particularly with the Emperor card, right? The Emperor is somebody who's in authority. It's generally somebody, it's often representative of an older person in terms of somebody who has been there, done that, okay? Who's learned the lessons of life. Somebody who is, in this card, the king of the jungle there, right? Everybody listens to that Emperor. Everybody listens to that head lion, right? The lions, they don't cross the head lion, if you know what I mean. And so I feel like for you, it's your time to be passing on your knowledge, your guidance, your what have you, in taking the lead, if you will, for some of you. All right. Now, I do have a specific message. Apologies, my words I'm being told give this message, and I can't get it out. For some of you need to be a bit more mindful of your spending. I don't know who that message is for, but I have to give it out when I get it. Just be careful of your spending habits, because this, if you are spending too much, or for somebody, I think there's an indecisiveness as to how to spend their money, so that could stall some kind of investments or something like that. Anyway, I really don't know who that message is for. It's very specific, so I'll get it out. It's out now, and respectfully, I'll move on from that energy. So I will just say your Emperor there, your natural Emperor, is saying, it is a card of achievement, by the way, too, and it's a sign of power. It's a sign of ambition, right? It is a card of saying, I'm going to, I'm going to make some decisions here. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to pass on my knowledge. I'm going to change into this new role. And for some of you, your change is into a very senior type of role here. All right. So beautiful month of October for you, Gemini. All right. Let's get into November. You have the Hangman, the Lovers, and the Three of Swords. Okay. Bit of a mixed bag here. So I'm going to be honest with you. Starts really off with this Hangman. I feel like there's some delays. Okay, I don't know what that means. You know what that means, right? This is general reading for the collective, so everybody's delay is going to be slightly different, but I do feel that there is some kind of delay or difficulty, that somewhere where it's the pause button has been set for you, if you will. I feel like November is the time where the wall comes. You know, sometimes we say, oh yeah, I can keep going like this, and eventually I will, you know, just come up against this energy. You know, I'll just keep going as far as I can until I can't go anymore, until that energy comes and stops me. Well, sometimes that's in the distance, in the far distance. Well, now it's no longer that far, and it's right in front of your face. Boom, the wall is there. You've been stopped. Okay. Now, for some of you, Geminis, I think Saturn might be influencing you in the month of November. So, I mean, that makes total sense to me because there's some strong Saturn energy I feel in the month of November. Anyway, and Saturn is the planet of restrictions, if you will, right? It's the thing that limits us, right? So, you know, some energies like Jupiter allow us to expand and grow, and Saturn says, I don't think so. You've reached the limit, and you shall not pass, I believe. Okay, is Saturn's role there. All right. So I feel like you will have some delays. You will have some maybe difficulties. For someone, I feel this is in relation to their financial matters. And I feel like for somebody, it brings some uncertainty. All right. I feel like the delays here bring some uncertainty, not some sadness necessarily with this Three of Swords, but certainly some uncertainty as to, oh, did I do the right thing going this far, or what have you. All right. Just to say, this too shall pass. Don't worry about it. The energy will resolve itself as you move on, because we get into some nice energy into December as well. All right, but I just feel that in this month there is that feeling. Now, you will have the Lovers card here. So, the Lovers is the card of love, right? It is the card of romantic periods. It's the card of, building a strong relationship. It's, if you are looking for a relationship, this is the time that you're potentially going to find it. If you're looking for love, and if you're in a love relationship, it's the time where it just gets even better and you get closer. All right. Now, I also feel with this Three of Swords, and it just came to me because as I was saying the word Saturn, I'm hearing in, message from my guides that are saying Mercury, Mercury. And I believe in the month of November, Mercury retrograde. That's another Mercury retrograde. So this Three of Swords could also be highly related to not just Saturn for you, but I feel like there's the Mercury retrograde. And I think that is pretty much the whole month of November, Mercury retrograde. I think it's they're saying 9 to 29 or something like that. So it's somewhere in there. 9 to 29 is Mercury retrograde. All right. I feel during that time period, because it's pretty much almost the whole month, there's some potential for disagreements. I'm not saying there will be, but I'm feeling strong potential. Something could cause a disagreement, or there could just be some misunderstandings, right? That is the That is what Mercury retrograde brings. It brings us technology issues, it brings us communication issues, it brings us miscommunication, some misunderstandings often, okay? So you are the sign of communication, Gemini, and Mercury is the planet that rules Gemini. So I would say for you, take some extra care in your communications, okay? I would advise you on that. Let's get into December. You have the Chariot, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Four of Wands. Beautiful energy here, because I feel like you're going to round out the year 2025. You're going to finish it strong. Positive momentum, a momentum of moving forward in any area of your life, career, money, finance, family, relationships, what have you. I feel like there is an overall sense of harmony here, okay? And I feel it's very, your family life is very, very harmonious. That's the other thing I want to tell you, that there is, there's some celebrations that are going on here at the end of the year. For some of you, it will just be regular celebrations that happen at the end of the year that, some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate Hanukkah, some people celebrate other religious events at the end of the year. Some people is just getting together with family and friends, and you have no religious association, but because the rest of the world is celebrating these things, this is the time for you to get together and, really have a nice year-end celebration, if you will. Okay, so I feel that there's some auspicious events going on for some of you. That could be, some people are getting married, some people like to get married around Christmas or at Christmas time, so that I'm feeling for somebody else. But I do feel in general it's just a positive atmosphere, a celebratory atmosphere this year. Okay, now I do have to address this Four of Swords. This is the card of rest. This is the card of, and it's not just regular rest, it's mental rest, right? Because Swords is the suit of the mind. So I would say for some of you that it's recommended that you check in on your mental health, right? This is what happens at the year end. With sometimes, I don't know about you, but for me, I was always the person who, I worked like a mother all year long, and then come December when I would take off and go to see my family, that's when I'd get my cold, okay? Because that's when my immune system would start to relax, and then, of course, it would break down because I've been working so crazy and not checking it throughout the year. Now, I'm saying this to you, this could be your case, that you could potentially get sick and you need some rest. I would say for some of you, it is your mental health, your mental rest that's important here. Take a breather, all right? Because you have been going quite strongly, and you're going to finish out the year. This is the Chariot. It's the card of advancements, the card of momentum. It's the card of using your mind for momentum. So if you're using your mind for momentum, at some point you need to give it a break and a rest, all right? I was also going to say that for some of you, I'm feeling somebody needs to do some meditation. It's for me a card of meditation. It's also a card of sometimes yoga, mind body kind of something there that perhaps you want to indulge in or you feel you need, all right? But I feel like if you do that, it brings back that energy for you, and it brings back increased confidence and energy. But I feel like beautiful, October, November, December, especially December, you can expect, growth, advancement, and certainly rounding out or finishing the year on a high note there, Gemini. All right, my lovely ones, I'll leave the reading there. I'll see you again very shortly. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.